welcome to Donington Park for the penultimate round of the Bennetts British Superbike Championship after eBay qualifying and a sensational pole position for McCam's Yamaha, Jason O'Halloran. Jason, that's the fastest Bennetts BSB lap we've had around Donington Park, and it came right at the end of the session. At the start, we didn't know whether it was going to rain, stay dry, which is always very difficult circumstances to start with. Talk us through the session and where you found that time to set that perfect lap.
Yeah, it was a good session for me. Went out, sort of first sight and lap, sort of checked the curbs, made sure everything was okay because there was a little bit of rain before. But I could see from Nicola's lap in Q1 that the track must have been decent because he'd done a fast lap time. So yeah, went out the pits, got some clear track, put 2 laps together, which were reasonable. I did a 27.7, I think. And then just took a lap to cool the tyre down a little bit and have another go after that. And yeah, put a couple of strong laps together at the end. So the lap before, the 7.5 I did, was really probably a better lap, but I messed up the last corner, so I lost quite a lot of time. So I thought, right, I'll have another go. Don't try too hard, just try and keep the whole lap clean. And yeah, the lap time came to me. So yeah, happy enough with that. Good starting position for this afternoon. And yeah, see what the race brings.
Thank you, Jason.
Cheers, guys.
And starting second on the grid for the Beer Monster Ducati team ahead of the Bike Social Sprint Race here at Donington Park this afternoon. It's Tommy Bridewell. Tommy, it's fair to say it was a tough start to the weekend yesterday, but you bounced back this afternoon, starting on the front row, which is the main objective, and obviously ahead of Glenn, which is also important for you in your championship battle. Talk us through qualifying, because did you deliberately get behind Vickers for that lap, or was that just how it turned out?
Yeah, I'm like a bouncy ball. No, I didn't deliberately, to be honest. I just, luckily, in all honesty, found myself in a position where I was able to, in truth, get a toe where I never ever normally do. I think people look at the let's say the weekend. It's only midday Saturday, but people look at the weekend and think, oh, been struggling a little bit purely for the fact is we were 11th at the end of yesterday. I can only ride to when I feel comfortable. There's sometimes when there's not the point of pushing over the limit in, let's say, a practice session. If I don't feel comfortable, there's no point in forcing an issue, So yesterday we had a few issues, a little bit like Leon said, electronically. As the year goes on, you develop stuff and you go in a different direction. But to be fair, this weekend we've had to come back to what we've used at the start because it just works here. So feel really good on the bike then. That was probably the first time I rode it and I was like, yeah, now I'm back to how I feel. Qualifying for me is always, yes, the main objective is always front 2 rows. If I'm first or if I'm 6th, then I'm sort of relatively happy. I think really for the sprint race, again, a little bit kind of copying Leon, tyres is going to be a bit of a factor because of the lower temperature. Everyone's running let's say the harder tyre, the SE0, but still you've got to conserve the tyre even for the sprint race just because of the low temperatures. So it'll be interesting for the longer races tomorrow, but for the sprint race this afternoon, I feel strong, I feel comfortable and confident. I think track position again will be slightly key, and yeah, just see what we can do. It's certainly not going to be a stroll in the park for anyone. I think Yamaha, in all honesty, has something in their pocket, I would say. So certainly they will be the guys to beat, I believe. And then honestly, I think it's going to be a very close race. I'm either going to be able to hold them up and just have a proper ding-dong, or it's going to be a fairly close race for potentially the second-ish group. But yeah, let's see what the weather does. It looks potentially like the rain could be coming in this afternoon, so that'll add another factor to it. But either way, the PBM Beer Monster Ducati will be ready, and I'll be ready to put on a show.
We're looking forward to that show. Thank you, Tommy.
You're very welcome.
And back on the front row for the Rocket BMW team in third place is Leon Haslam. Leon, home round, and there's obviously quite a lot of pressure of you. It's always spoken about of this as being one of your strongest tracks, but so far this weekend things have been going well. Back to the circuit that we've been to earlier on in the year, and being on the front row is the best possible place to start for this afternoon. Talk us through how the weekend's gone so far and how you feel going into the race this afternoon.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, we had a little bit of an issue on Friday. We reverted back to an older engine for this morning. Felt a lot better. Just general engine brake setup and stuff like that. So Yeah, from my side, we didn't quite go as quick as what I did in May, but a front row start was the main aim. My main objective is to try and get some tyre life. The Yamahas are really strong, especially on the edge of the tyre. So lap time wise, we're close, but we need to be fast for 18 laps. So that's kind of what we're working on right now.
And earlier on in the season, this was a strong track for Yamaha and also for Ducati. Do you think the BMW can pull it out the bag this afternoon?
Yeah, obviously last year there was me, Kyle, and obviously Tommy. We broke away from everyone in every race, and we got caught out last year with a pace car. It put us all together with 3 laps to go, and that obviously hindered me because I felt like we'd use the time more than anybody else. So it's a catch-22. If I go away with the leaders at the start, which I can, I'm not sure if I'll have a tyre at the end, and if I cruise around in the middle of the pack and hope for a pace car, then we might be all right.
We'll see how it goes this afternoon, Leon.
Cheers. Thank you.